Welcome to YLL. It's your girl Jazz Young.
And it's your boy Nelly Nails.
And we're back with another one. Hey y'all. This is beautiful, lovely Culture Friday for us. How are you? What's going on? How you feeling?
I've been going through.
What you
First
mean?
of all, okay, so a couple of days ago, I went to take Minnie, my daughter, to her grooming appointment.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so, so it's like, okay, cool, whatever. Mind you, like, I'm kind of like at work too at the same time. But I had I had an appointment, so I'm like, I'll be back, whatever. The grooming place is like 20 minutes from my house. So I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I went to pick her up. She was so cute. She needed to get groomed too. So I went to go turn my car on.
What your car do?
And it was just like, and I'm like, but it like the lights was on and everything, and I'm like, why right now? It's literally, and it was literally, mind you, it's the end of October. We should really be like kind of cold a little bit, but for some reason that day it was like in the 80s.
Yes, it'd be hot.
So my battery was dead. And so I'm just like out there, So I called the roadside assistance. So he called, it was great. My roadside assistants, they a good joint.
Okay.
So he called, he came out there. He's like, it took him maybe like 20 minutes. He's like, it's that for your battery. Honey, my battery was so dead they couldn't even jump it.
So you had to buy a new battery.
They had to buy. Luckily, he's like, I guess, kind of like contracted with like these battery people or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess my car takes like he was like, you have like the best battery that you can have. So he was like, so it's gonna be a little bit of money. He was like, but they got warranties and all that. So I'm like, all right, man, whatever. And he was like, I'll go get it. He was like, I'm gonna tax you a little bit for putting it in. He was like, I'm literally going to go get the battery, put it in your car, boom. So I called the people to try to get the battery, to get the battery. The lady's like, oh, okay. Okay, but right before that, right? This lady pulls up and she's like, our windows are down or whatever. She pulls up, getting her dog or whatever. She comes back out and she's full blown, gets in her car and full blown like praise break.
Amen.
Like she's like, God, I trust you no matter what the situation look like. I trust you right now in the name of Jesus. I have no worries. And when I tell you this lady, and she looked like
I had to receive that.
she looked like Martha Stewart. Literally looked like Martha Stewart. And she was in full blown praise break.
To God be the glory.
And I immediately, I literally was tearing up because I was, I was hot, I was frustrated. And I'm like, it's money and all that. As soon as I heard that, because she was literally and she wasn't even paying me no mind at all. I literally was just calm, cool. And then the lady told me, she was like, are you a first responder? And I'm like, well, not really. And I told her where I worked at. She was like, well, I consider that a first responder.
Period.
So she gave me like a 10-20% discount. She had waived this fee because the man who went to got my who went to go get my battery, they know him. So she was like, oh, we're just gonna waive that fee for that. And then come to find out, she had ended up ordering the wrong battery, but which she ordered like a cheaper one. So he was like, all right, so it's gonna be an extra $80. So I'm like, okay, whatever, it's cool. But then he came back and was like, the man, because of the way they had to do the exchanges of the batteries, he was like, it's highly likely that $170 some charge, it's just gonna fall off your account, so you're gonna get all this basically for $80. I said, hallelujah. So yeah, it just showed that even in the midst of, that lady was not paying. And when I say she was driving off still in a full on praise, backing up her car, zoomed off in the full on praise. I say, know what? It is what it is. God is good.
You gotta praise God in the midst of a storm, okay? Praise God in the midst of a storm. I love a good little short testimony of what God did. I love a short testimony on what God did, okay? Because God be coming.
He be coming through.
And so I love that for you. Yes.
So I got new battery oil. So zoom, zoom, zoom. That's the last thing I ever have to do with my car. I've got new tires. I just got oil change, new battery. Honey, I'm good.
You good. You're great. Okay.
What have you been doing?
I've been all right. You know, back my 7 weeks of school started again. And
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, I already dropped the class, but I added a new one. I dropped the class.
Because you were a Jasmine go to school young, honey.
No, I am not.
You are.
No, I'm not. Don't do that.
You're a scholar, baby.
I'm a person with knowledge. I want to learn, but this is my first time actually like changing my career, so that's the reason why I'm back in school. I'm not getting another like criminal justice type of degree. Yeah, so that's why I said don't say that now. But no, I dropped the class because I've been wanting to take this one class.
I remember you saying.
Yeah, I've been wanting to take this one class for the longest, and it hasn't been available. And I don't know if it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be available again. But I want to take it right now. Like, I want to utilize what I think I'm going to learn from it, or just build confidence, because it's more of like a video class, you know. So we're really working on communications, on like, so we got to video ourselves more. You know, we're talking in a camera. And
can you use like this?
I don't know if I can use the podcast, but I might do my homework like this. Like, I might come up here and sit up here and record it like this, edit it like that, but utilize it that way. So it's like, I feel like it's a class that's going to allow me to grow more into like what I'm currently doing, even here. Yeah. So I really want to take this class, and I want to take it now. That's kind of like how my mindset is. And this other class, I have to take it. I need it to graduate. I just don't want to take it. And I feel like I feel like I'm procrastinating it. But I just don't understand it. And every time like I keep reading on the class, I'm just saying here like, I just don't feel like this is what I'm learning, or this is what I'm going to learn. Like, I already withdrew from this class. This was a class that
you pulled one of my numbers back in the day.
Yeah, I already so the reason why I withdrew from it the first time was because I started school late. So instead of starting school at the first block, I started at the second block. And with financial aid, you have to have it full time. And full time is 2 classes. So I had to take 2 classes. And starting school back up after like not being in school for some years.
And for that 7 weeks.
And you're doing 2 classes. In one class, you're understanding. And the other class, you're confused. It just was not getting me right. So I had to wait until after the financial aid type of thing, which is after like the 3rd or 4th week, which it would be a W versus just drop off. So I withdrew from it because I just couldn't get it. So then I was just like, when I did my scheduling in the summer, this class was the only class available. And then they made the new classes that I want available for this block 2 for the fall. So it's like, it's either I take this class, like the class I don't like, or the class I'm taking, it's another requirement. Like, it's one of the core requirements. So I'm not, once again, it's productivity. But this class is different. First of all, the work is due on Saturday.
Remember, I was telling you, welcome to my world.
The work is due on Saturday.
Is it Saturday and Tuesdays?
No, it's Wednesday and Saturday.
So discussion board Wednesday. Oh, and it's full work on Saturday.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mine is discussion board Saturday. Wednesday is like the full.
No.
I guess kind of like the same thing, I guess.
Yeah, but no. And I'm just like,
how are you gonna deal with that? Because you like to be in the streets.
I don't.
The only thing saving me is that it's discussion boards doing Saturday. You know, you can do little one too.
Yeah.
But if I had the full word due on Saturday, a Saturday night at 11:59. Yeah. Baby.
And you know, my homework days are Sundays. Like, I know to be in the house on Sunday to do my homework. Like,
wait, so how you gonna do this week with homecoming?
I'm gonna do my homework.
Like now.
Yeah.
Like Friday.
No, well, Friday is the step show.
Oh yeah. You do the whole weekend Monday, bro.
Yeah. I was expecting my
you
homework.
need to be doing that homework.
Right now.
Doing that homework.
Nah, I'm gonna figure it out as I always do. I mean, I'm the type to have a computer outside.
Yeah, you
at
were
homecoming
very
at the
much
tailgate. We got chairs anyway. I plan on sitting down.
Didn't you come to my family function? It was doing work.
I was doing Delta work.
Oh yeah.
I was doing Delta work, but I didn't went to weddings and was doing homework. Okay, I'm a scholar first. You know, So it's like I'm gonna at least for homecoming. I mean, I go to Chicago next weekend. So I'm back to back. Got to really get my ish together fairly quickly. Yeah. Like after we're done recording, I have to go do some homework type of thing. So
I feel you.
It's horrible. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out though. I ain't worried about it. The class seemed like it's gonna be more interesting. That it may not be hard for me to get my work done as quickly. This first week it's a paper. I was actually looking at it like the first week it's a paper. I write a 2 or 3 page paper. So if once I figure out what the paper is about, figure out how to write it.
Yeah, 2 or 3 pages. Ain't talking about double space.
Yeah, APA.
Ain't talking about that.
Yeah, ain't nothing. We'll get it done. And if we don't, I'll just tell them, sir, I did just get this class today. So I didn't really have the Monday, Tuesday. I didn't have the whole week type of prepare to think. But we don't make excuses. I will definitely figure it out. But other than that, that's just what's going on. I don't have nothing too crazy. Yeah, I'm just doing well. But I'm glad that God has been blessing you. We've definitely had some things happen in the world of society. So first and foremost, I didn't want to talk about him because, I'm very big on talking about the culture. But I didn't realize how his death hit a few people's a few people in the culture, especially like a few people that I know. So Liam Payne's death, the singer from One Direction.
When did One Direction come out? Because I don't know.
One of my friends said, he was one of the 2 people that could sing in One Direction. So let's start there. And I just think that one, you don't really realize how like these white artists are also very popular within the community until like they die and you start talking to people and they're like, oh my God, he was from One Direction. I was sitting here like, y'all was listening to him? I was listening to, what was it? B5, not B5.
B2K.
Not B2K, not the one with the black kids. Well, B2K was black, but not her age group. Like I feel like the black version of One Direction. And he had like the little boy. He had the long, nice, silky hair.
She loves me.
Yeah, I think though.
I didn't really know them.
What was their name?
One of the ones. What was their name? Because the one had made the comment on BET was about Lauryn Hill and her financial issues, and Beyonce had to, kind of let him know.
What?
Yeah, I was clocking T.
So I ain't clocked that T, but I just didn't know. So I wanted to talk and speak on him because one, as I always would say, it doesn't matter the color of your skin. We all go through things, no matter.
2010 was One Direction.
Okay.
We was grown by then. We know them people.
We weren't grown. We were still in high school.
Like 15.
We were in high school.
They was a kids bop.
But the people loved them.
I feel like the people
Tati
that you know
liked them. That's who Tati liked them. What are you talking about?
Most people who are very like diverse, like I feel like it was probably if they're a black group, they were probably younger fans. Like they were younger when they came, like younger people. I don't think anybody our age was like
Tati's our age.
I'm saying somebody that's less diverse.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
I don't think none of my friends was like, oh yeah, let's put on that One Direction.
I mean, I never heard Tati say let's play One Direction, but she probably knew because I wasn't interested. And so, like, if you're not interested in it, of course
she did like One Direction. Because I never really knew.
She said she like One Direction.
Yeah, she did know.
I'm gonna believe what she said about herself.
Yeah, she did.
But with his death, as I was saying, like mental health is very important. So allegedly, well, after the autopsy, it says that he had pink cocaine in his system.
What is pink cocaine?
I don't know. It's cocaine that's pink. I don't.
There's gotta be something else to it.
It's a stronger cocaine, I'm gonna assume. It's probably some artificial type of cocaine. I don't really know much about cocaine.
Oh, it's called Boosie.
Ooh, it sounds like a little candy.
It's
so good.
Yeah, it's a variation. Oh, look, it's cute.
As I said, it looks nice. It's purely pink. No, you will not. Do not say that. No, I'm gonna say what?
Who would do that? No, it's a mixture. They have food coloring. Why?
It's not like I just feel like it's not.
Or sometimes strawberry flavoring too.
Oh,
so it's good. It's good crack.
Ooh. Crack is whack.
Club scene.
It's cocaine. Cocaine is different from crack.
How is it? Generally speaking, pink cocaine does not contain any cocaine.
See, it's some artificial shit. It's some
so it's like K2.
It's like man-made stuff. Because I don't think I feel like cocaine naturally is like white.
Oh, it's honey. They said ecstasy, ketamine, and caffeine.
See, too many drugs. Too many drugs right there. But allegedly cocaine. He was also allegedly had some alcohol in his system. His hotel room was tore up to the floor.
What they tore it up for?
I don't know. It's either he got attacked and somebody pushed him, or he really was going through something.
Do they think that?
I don't know. That was just those were my two conclusions because I wasn't there, so I can't say he jumped. But it's just like really, in all seriousness though, mental health is important, and I think like we forget that because people got money. No, they be going through stuff too. You know, not everybody's rich. You know, you got Diddy and Jay-Z, and you got those type of rich, and then you got regular rich. You know, those people that we just know them. We know them, but they don't really got that good money, or they used to have that good money, but they fell off, or whatever the case may be. So everybody has things that they go through, and just because they got money, or some of the happiest people sometimes are the poorest. You know, we money is not what makes people.
More problems, honey.
Oh, we know that. You know that it doesn't make people. Having money doesn't take away crisis or issues or problems, and so we just definitely have to be mindful of that. No matter what you look like, I hate when we talk about we got to talk about black men and mental. No, we just got to talk about men and mental, because I don't think men are allowed, no matter what color your skin, to be vulnerable in that way mentally. So I keep everyone who's a fan of One Direction, black, white, orange, purple, green. If you are our age or younger or older and you like One Direction, you're in my prayers. To his family, y'all in my prayers as well. But I definitely wanted to talk about just him, because I think it's important to always talk about mental health when mental health comes up. Another thing, did you see how the girl walked into the oven and died?
In Canada.
Yes. In a Walmart. It was Walmart. It was a Walmart bakery.
I'm just waiting on more developments from that, because the people in the comments were saying who work at Walmart, whatever case may be, a lot of them are saying someone would have had to close the door, because they're saying the way. I mean, and I know this from like when I worked at like grocery stores and stuff too. I've never been involved with like the cooking door, but we've had freezer doors. Those doors are like, you can't they're heavy. So when you open them, they stop. They don't swing open, they don't swing shut. You have to move them. You have to close it or you have to open it. It's not like a regular door. Like normal doors, they're not hitting the ground. These doors, they hit the ground. Like you have to move them. They're heavy doors. So a lot of people in the comments that have worked out, these facilities with these type of things, they're like, somebody would have had to close that door.
I mean, I do choose. I think the same thing. Either somebody had to close it, or why they didn't know how to open it. Like, you can't open it until the timer is off. Well, that can't even be true because you can open anything even before the time goes off. If I can open a washing machine, I can open the oven.
It's something going on there.
That story is just weird. She was 19 years old. And I think that's what makes it even worse. It's like, first of all, why are these kids dying, Lord? Ugh. But then it's like, how do you die from a walk-in oven? That's like the girl who died with the freezer. You remember that?
Everybody was saying, too. They was comparing them.
And that one was weird, too.
It still ain't. But
I feel like that one... I feel like that one with the freezer, it can lock on itself. Like, it could mistakenly, like, shut, and then the latch falls.
And this girl was at work. I'm sure completely.
Yeah, there was people
what I mean? It was
there.
Different. That situation was a little different with the.
Well, the freezer, it was overnight. It was that whole story still sounds weird. I mean, this story weird
is
too.
A different type of weird, but this story definitely. The freezer thing, a lot of things could have went wrong there. This situation, they was at work and people as customers, people walking around, workers know that something here is a little bit.
But how do you walk into the oven and no one knows how to open it up?
Was anybody trying to open it up?
They allegedly, they got her body out before the people came.
Oh. Well, so, I mean,
she was dead by the time they got her out.
I knew that they had, had found her in there, but it's like
no, they didn't find her. They was able to get her out before rescuers came.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I knew like the workers had found her in there, but it's like how long? Like, did they have trouble opening the door, or did they just randomly walk around and just be like, oh, let me see, do I need to get some chicken out? And then open the door.
Allegedly, when the person, they just said they was stuck in there and they couldn't get her out. Allegedly. The story sounds crazy. And it's just like, here's the thing. It's like, one, y'all people need to be watching these safety videos of these machineries, because you also not about to tell me the machinery didn't have no shut off inside, because people who created this had to think this could happen. So what are ways which is
even when you look at like the freezer doors, you can tell that there was some thought into making sure that nobody. But now the freezer
doors though. The freezer doors and the walk-in oven, I think, are two different. Because
because with the freezer door now, you can get locked. I don't know if you can get out. I don't know if you can get out once you went there.
Yeah, like if you locked in, I really don't know. And
I think with the freezer door, it's hard to close. Like somebody would have to because you can't just be closed in there unless somebody unless you close yourself in there.
Yeah, but if you close the door, let's just say let's just say in movies, right? Mm. How sometimes the door closed and then the latch might be loose, so then when the door closes, the latch falls too. Mm-hmm. So then you're locked in there.
But then one job I had, I've had several. Yes. There was a red button in the freezer. That turns the freezer off? It's like, no, it lets you, it pops you out. It's literally like, like a stereotypical red button that looks like, if you push it. Yeah. It had it on the door. You could push it and the door would open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So either she might not have that, but I feel like the oven would have that. To at least shut the oven off.
You will burn yourself.
To at least shut the oven off. You don't think the oven, if I get stuck in the trunk, my trunk has a latch inside of it. So you're meaning to tell me an oven don't have a shut off button?
To have some type of temperature adjustment too, because you can't. I'm sure they want to adjust temperature when they heating stuff up.
Nah, but that'd be outside. I'm talking about inside the oven.
I don't know.
Because people have to walk in and out of it. You are not about to tell me there's no shut on and shut off button, emergency. If my heater right now catches on fire, there's a shut off, emergency shut off for the gas. Mm-hmm. Like, automatically shut off.
Canada, maybe they got different safety regulations over there.
I I don't believe, and I feel like it would be better than America's.
It should be. You would think, honey, but I don't know.
I would think it would be better than America's. But man, it's just, once again, another sad like case in life. And as that story develops, if it's more that comes, if it's more, I don't want to say if it's more tea, but if it's more to that story that comes out, this stories like this always sound fishy to me. But definitely keeping her family in our prayers once again. She just moved to Canada too. So this was like a new transition for her. And she's lost her life.
Where is she from?
I'm not sure. I didn't get that too much into details. But I do know that she just recently moved to Canada. Oh, excuse me. Another crazy story is McDonald's.
No, I didn't hear about this. I didn't.
You didn't hear about McDonald's and an E. coli outbreak?
What demographic location?
It's the quarter pounder. So don't eat the burger. Do you be eating a quarter pounder?
I don't do anything with McDonald's right now currently.
Well, you should never do anything with McDonald's ever in your life again. Ever. Sorry, McDonald's. Now, if we were overseas, we should definitely go to McDonald's.
They might want to sponsor me one day. Give me a little
if we overseas, let's go to McDonald's.
Because they say them over
the
there.
food is different.
It's gourmet, they say.
Yeah, the food is different, and they have like different things, and it really do taste good. See, I'll eat McDonald's overseas. I won't eat McDonald's in America.
But where was it? Where was it at though?
It's just an outbreak.
Oh, just anywhere.
Yeah, and it was 49 cases. One person has died. A few people are sick. And it's just funny how this just came out after I was like, yo, let's go to McDonald's and try to
who want a Big Mac chicken? Who want all that bread and chicken? Because Big Mac's, all it is to me is a bunch of bread and them thin patties.
But at least the chicken thick.
Still though. I just don't like none of that.
Or a hot and spicy with the fish fillet, a double fish fillet. Let me tell y'all something.
Double anything besides the burger to me is just so, your back is huge. I don't like stuff like that. Don't be around me eating nothing, no double fish, nothing, double chicken, nothing. Don't be around me with all that. Get away from me with that.
First of all, you're judgy. And I don't like it. I don't like the judging you're coming with.
A double quarter pounder, okay, that's a burger. That's normally double stuff. You don't normally go and get double fish, this and that.
Yes, I do.
From anywhere.
Guess what? So you trying to say, well, you might be trying to say I got a big back, but I don't care. I don't eat McDonald's. Yes. I don't eat McDonald's. Sorry, Mickey D's. Sorry, I just you don't taste like my childhood, and that just really upsets me. I don't know. I'm very disappointed with McDonald's.
What was your favorite McDonald's? Your whole childhood.
Fish fillet. Whole childhood. Well, not my whole childhood. I mean,
your whole.
When we first started, it was like the dollar. I like the dollar McDouble.
Mm-hmm. Hey, they used to, stuff used to be like $1.
Yes, food used to be cheap.
Mine was the chicken selects. I love the chicken select.
But then as I got older, it was fish fillet. I became very big on the fish fillet with extra tartar on the side, so I could dip my fries in them. Yes.
I think I've had a fish fillet one time.
Oh, they fish fillet used to be, oh my God, like, I could bust down a fish fillet from McDonald's.
Clearly, since you wanted a double.
Yes, but this new double thing was new. When I was eating fish fillets, there was no such thing as a double fish fillet.
Was you like a McRib and all that?
No, I was a fish fillet, and and then after fish fillet, McChicken. I became like a McChicken was like the late night drunk. I need something good, and the McChicken was $1. So it was like, let me get a McChicken. Their cookies was good. When they had the little cinnamon rolls, you know.
Cinnamon rolls too?
Yes, they used to have. Back in the day, McDonald's used to have the cinnamon joint. Like, it was a cinnamon like cake.
Oh,
it was like a cinnamon bun. Yeah, it was a cinnamon bun. Yes, that joint used to be good. It was like the cinnamon was cinnamony, like everything was given what it needed to give. It was good. It was good. And then just late nights. Yeah. The McFlurries. Oh, I used to bust down a nice little Oreo McFlurry. And then McDonald's. I think it was just like
stuff got crazy.
After a while, I just couldn't eat it. It was just making me sick. I just couldn't really keep it down. So then I was just like, well, yeah, McDonald's
I'll
is not
say
for
this. I've noticed when I was eating McDonald's, if I had stopped eating McDonald's for like a duration of time,
yeah.
When I started back up again, stomach tore to the bone. I had to keep like eating it, and then I wouldn't get tore up, and then I would stop eating it. You know, from
McDonald's. And I
feel like if with stuff get like that clearly I shouldn't be eating it. So.
Yeah, McDonald's. And then I also think it was like videos I would see about McDonald's when people would like, and it would say it won't get moldy. It's not getting moldy. It's not doing this. It's not. And I was just like, yeah, that doesn't sit right with me. Mind you, I probably should have did the experience myself. Especially now that I know what social media be entailing.
But this was a while ago, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you know, back then we still thought social media was real, and it probably was fake then, and we didn't realize it. It was just
I had more trust in social media back in the day.
Oh, nah, for sure. Now than I do now, but I'm saying like it could have been fake. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it was like the beginning of what we see so much now, type of thing. What I'm saying, or it could have really been the truth. Yeah. Either way, it turned me off, and I think like. Yeah, after a while, I was just like, nah, this might be too much truth. And the food McDonald's food wasn't tasting the same.
Different. Yeah.
You know, so it was like, nah, people were really being honest. But this outbreak, let me just tell y'all, the reason why I wanted to talk about it, because I just feel like McDonald's be having people in a chokehold. Y'all gotta let McDonald's go. Nothing against McDonald's. McDonald's just gotta get better food. Like, I just feel like American food, we don't really realize how toxic American food is.
That's why they say we're big.
Yeah, American food is bad. I know people be trying to talk about Koreans and Chinese people, how they just be eating anything and they eat this and they eat that. But they eat the stuff real. Like, the stuff is real. That's why they are the way they are. If you're really eating this food without the extra ish, you're fine.
Because they not eating frozen dogs.
No.
They eating real ones. And frozen cats and all that. Okay, they not eating no processed dogs.
I'm not gonna say they eating processed cats and dogs, but
I'm gonna say that's what the people was.
I want to say they're eating real. You know, they going to a butcher. The butcher is giving them real. You know, a real ham hock. You feel me? Like
cats.
A real. You know, oxtail, you know, and they got to shave the hair off. Like, stuff like that. They're really getting this food or hunting for the food or whatever the case may be. The food has no antibiotics or any extraness that it is in America. Like,
because they walking right down the street.
Or no, you're not about to have these people think we believe.
I don't. I'm just saying what I've seen.
But is it true? Do you believe that?
I've seen it.
You've seen them take the cat off the street?
I've seen certain establishments with a large population of cats running around, you know, in certain areas, you know, running around. Then as soon as one of those establishments goes up, where the cats? They've been walking around, been infesting the streets. Where are they? Yeah.
Clock it.
I'm just letting you know what the people say. I didn't say this.
You did just say it. You just said this is your experience.
This is what I may have observed, but I'm not saying it. This is what the people.
But you just said you observed it. So how you?
But from one establishment, I'm not going to say everybody does that though.
Either way, I'm not going to put that on them because I feel like that's a stereotype that's put on them, and that's not fair.
I eat it because I love me a good General Tso's chicken with the rice. Special.
So you was buying it from the place that you knew was.
After I seen that. No.
But like the food. If McDonald's, first of all, I feel like fast food could be beneficial because it's cheaper and it's easier if they was real food. Like if there was not so much toxicity within the foods that we eat and we engage in America, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, we have to, when it comes to McDonald's, because I know people love McDonald's, and I get it. McDonald's is cheap for the people. Me personally, I like Wendy's. I like to get chicken sandwiches from Wendy's. I don't know why.
Where's the closest Wendy's here?
I still like chicken nuggets from Wendy's. Like I don't know. I like Chick-fil-A. And those are like really the only two.
Fast food is getting high though.
Those are the only two fast food places I eat at. I don't eat at Burger King. Oh, KFC. I'm starting to like KFC again.
We was on the phone one day, and she had just got KFC real randomly because I didn't even know people still ate there.
KFC is good.
You would have thought they paid her for a sponsorship or something. Ranting and raving about this KFC. Oh, it tastes so different. It tastes like my childhood.
It do. Oh my God. It does. I would recommend people try KFC again.
KFC is one of them places, like a lot of fast foods, where you need to go, besides Chick-fil-A, you need to find the right ones. Yes. I don't think they all created equal.
No.
KFC.
Wendy's, none of them.
McDonald's.
Well, no, McDonald's I feel like it's the same everywhere.
McDonald's is the quality of the workers that makes the difference with McDonald's.
But the food is the same. And like I said, I think y'all should stop eating there until McDonald's. I feel like McDonald's is it's money, that if McDonald's was humbled and people stopped supporting them until they got their food to be better, that's just...
Well, hopefully with this E. coli outbreak, they're on the...
Oh, yeah, but in the meantime, don't eat the quarter pounders, y'all. It's a little outbreak with them. They're not doing too well. Leave them alone. And I also feel like I feel like the E. coli, like these outbreaks be hitting foods that a lot of people of color eat. Because, even like when the Oodles and Noodles had their little outbreak, it was just like... foods that we're eating.
Eggs had out. For a stint recently, everything was an outbreak.
Because they're putting stuff in the food. The food is not go to farmers markets. If you want your food to be more natural, farmers markets.
Honey, I know it's gonna be 10,000 people in there. Yes. Y'all gonna be shoulder to shoulder, but just go there and get it.
And your bank account will love it because it's cheaper too. Like you can go to the butcher and get you some real butchered food, like meat.
Can you take me there? Because I don't know how to do stuff like that.
Yes, we can go to Saturday.
No, we can't.
No, I'm saying like not Saturday, but I'm saying like
Sunday.
No, we have to go on a Saturday.
Oh, on a Saturday.
Yes, okay. Because or Friday. Well, you work. Because the butcher that has the lunch meat too.
Let's go on a Saturday.
Yeah.
As soon as they open up.
And it's if that's what you gotta do.
Let's go there at 6.
They don't open up at 6 in the morning.
What time they open?
Like 9.
Let's be there at 8:55. Seriously.
Yes. No. We can go. I've been there early where it's not a lot of because I know what side the butcher on.
Good.
So you just go to the butcher and then the produce, but your bank account will love it and the food is natural. Like the food is you talking about. The greens coming out of the ground. The greens came out of the ground. You know what I'm saying? So definitely eat more natural foods. I'm definitely trying to get better with that. I'm back on my sea moss. So
me too.
It's really a time to just get back to being eating more naturally. I don't want to say healthier, but just more natural. Like I want
if it's natural is healthier.
I feel. Well, it is because I don't have all the probiotics and all that good stuff.
All that stuff blowing us up.
Yes, like for no reason. But yeah, that's just how I feel. But y'all, we are gonna take a short little break.
Why would you do that? No.
Yes, no, we're gonna take a short little break. And we'll be right back.
Cut this out.
All right, we are back, y'all. I tried a new little feature with him, so that's why he's giving y'all that face. Like, but y'all hear why I did the little da-da-da-da. Yes, we had to try it out. I always wanted to do that. I was like, if I ever take a break, this is how I gotta come back from the break.
Oh, okay. I get the vision.
Yeah, like use that and then be like, boom.
It was a little one too.
Yes, I mean they're gonna hear it. They're gonna hear it. So anytime some of my faves or people I give high credit to do something stupid, dumb, ignorant, rude, just I like to talk about it. So y'all know I've been very active with talking about Boosie and the issue that he had with his daughter. So the last time we talked about it, he apologized and was like, cool. But Bookie, the daughter came back out and was like, here's her issue and problem. So she was just discussing how like his comments took her off guard, and why she was very emotional about what happened was because the girlfriend be around. Like the girlfriend be around. So it's like, sir, you was saying that the girlfriend don't be around. Would the girlfriend really be around? And then what pissed her off even more was like they was at the they was at his topless pool party and the girls was giving out oral to other girls. So you got these women dark. You got these women doing these different things, but then you're talking about how your daughter is going to be a contamination. And this is why I always will say another thing is why it's important to be mindful what comes out your mouth. Because one, none of us really cared none of us cared about that. Boosie making a comment that his child was a contamination. As I said in my first comment, and I'll keep saying, it was hard for me to accept what he said because, sir, what you present to your kids are a contamination. And to say that you don't want the girlfriend around and she be around, and then you out here got girls eating each other out. Excuse my graphicness, but eating each other out at a party. But you don't want someone that your daughter loves or appreciate around. But this is what you present already within your household. Now, mind you, of course, his little daughters are not at the party where this stuff is happening. But it's like the hypocrisy. It's like, sir, you're presenting this, but then you saying this is what you disagree with. And this is why we have to be mindful of what we say. I still love Boosie up and down because I just feel like Boosie is Boosie. And I think I do understand why he feels this way. I don't agree with it, but I do understand why, and just his brought up and where he's like how he was brought up, and what his view of relationship is. And everybody has their right to be set in their way. And I just didn't like that booze. I be giving you so much credit about being authentic, and you out here lied to us. I just think that's what I don't like. I didn't like that. And I just wanted to make a comment. Like, I don't support that boost, but I still love you because I know deep down you don't think before you speak. And I used to be like that. But I need you to get better with that, Boosie. You are getting more popular as the day continues in life. I need you to get better because I think you are a great asset to our culture, a great asset to the world. And the people need to hear from you. We just need you to get better with how you speak.
Don't ask me anything about that.
Why? Don't be doing why? Don't be doing him like that.
I told you about that man.
I mean, I feel like everybody has their opinion about Boosie. Why you don't like Boos? What's wrong with Boos?
I just feel like he says things and doesn't apply them if he's the one that does it.
But that's what people do. That's why I said I was really upset with his authenticity.
Very hard with this stuff. Like,
give us an example. Not the daughter.
He's always said stuff about, gays and what should be happening, what should be happening, and all this type. And he's so quote unquote anti perversion or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
but he be letting his kids have sex with older women and all that. So it just, and he be smoking and drinking, cussing, and all women in and out, got all these different baby moms and all that. Like it just doesn't. I would. It's just like what's it called? The pot calling the kettle black. And I just, that gets on. It's one thing to low key judge other people, and then you doing stuff different or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if he was literally maybe just, I mean, then he got cases and all that, jail with drugs.
He's free though right now. He's good. Boosie is good.
Like,
y'all just be hard on real people. I've realized that.
He be hard on other people, random people that ain't even minding ain't even worried about him. He talk too much. He's always talking.
I just feel like he's very vocal about how he feels in his opinion, and y'all just don't like his opinion because y'all know that there's truth to it. Just in this moment, he lied.
Absolutely not.
And I don't like it.
He's proven to be a liar.
I don't like it. Well, you was proven to be a liar. Am I supposed to stop trusting you?
I've never lied. I may have told a little one too to get me out of a little situation, but I've never lied. I've never blatantly lied into have it be like hurtful to other people.
Okay, so we're still going because you see how it was. I never lied. Then now I never lied to hurt people.
To really hurt other people.
But I've lied.
I've lied to help people. Because that's what you do.
How? What is an example of lying to help people?
Like when we had got pulled over that time, and we all said, "Oh, ain't nothing here, this, that, and the third," the whole time.
Well, that's to cops. I feel like you have to lie to cops. I feel like cops. Yeah, you lie.
I've never lied
with
to
an
any
extent.
law enforcement official in my life.
Have. I wouldn't say I've lied. I just didn't tell them the full truth. But that's a form of lying to me. That's lying.
I'm not doing any law enforcement situation right now. In a couple months, I'll be able to.
Yeah. But me personally, I will say, be mindful what you tell the ops, because not all cops is really for you. They really, like, I when it comes to cops, and I think this is just a different type of conversation, but just a criminal justice system, not every, like, just like the education system, any system that the government has some involvement in, it's not always going to be for you. It's not going to, and the people are not always be for you, but there are great cops. There are great teachers. There are great schools and different things. There are great things within these organizations. But when it comes to police officers, telling them everything off the bat, I wouldn't do that. That is a recommendation I wouldn't recommend. I definitely think, telling them what they need to know, and not what they need to hear, not just telling them anything. Tell them the truth. When you're talking, definitely make sure you're telling them the truth, but don't give them all the truth at once. Definitely give them truth as need be and what's important, especially if you out here committing these crimes. I'm just saying, if you out here committing these crimes, because y'all just be out here committing crimes and shit. So if y'all gonna be out here committing these crimes, just be mindful. Be mindful. And know that the cops didn't ask the question, they already know the answer. So you just better have a better answer. And you better have that answer, and that answer you better did that. Don't be doing what they think they know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta be aware. So y'all stop committing these crimes. And Boosie, come back to being more honest. I like Boosie when I felt like he was, when he because I don't even think Boosie smoke anymore, because he had that case, so he stopped smoking. Yeah, and I don't really think Boosie drinks like that. That's why I like Boosie, because I feel like he's authentically crazy, and that's great. He just needs to get better with how he says things and the hypocrisy that he puts out. I definitely want him to, get better with that. Live by what you speak, because I think your word holds weight. So live by what you speak. That would be my thing with Boosie. what's done in the dark will always come to the light. We did an episode on that. And have you ever wore Abercrombie and Fitch?
Years ago.
Yeah, of course, when we were younger. You know, when it was like the Aeropostale and I still do American Eagle because I like their jeans.
American Hollister.
Yeah, but like those days. The former CEO.
Racist.
A sex trafficker.
But you know, and
he was out here sexually assaulting and drugging.
He looked like the Weinsteins and all. They all got the same look.
Yeah, he do look like him. But what is going on with y'all people in power? Like, what is the addiction to these? They love a sex scandal. Like, what is? I can't even spell Abercrombie. What is? It's ABERCRO, yeah. But what is up with you guys? Like, why are y'all so toxic? What's going on? Why back in the day was y'all out here just being nasty? Out here just taking advantage of these young kids, these young people that were put in there hoping you to make them live out their dreams. Why were y'all just taking advantage of them?
He's definitely had some like Botox up here for sure.
It doesn't matter, but why? Like, why? And then I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I just feel like now every other week is a new case. It's a new thing. You know, even with Diddy, like there's a new person every goddamn week. I am tired. And I think I'm starting to think Diddy stuff is starting to become a witch hunt with some of it. And then I'm also starting to realize, y'all always nasty. Y'all CEOs are nasty. Because look what happened with the Abercrombie and Fitch guy. He out here allegedly sexually assaulting and drugging young male models. Like, why? What is money that toxic? Because if it is, y'all don't got God. Y'all don't have no fear in Jesus Christ. Like, what?
He was taking them to the Hamptons and stuff.
I mean, they gonna spoil you, baby. One thing they gonna do is spoil you. But it's like, I'm over the spoiling. Like, why do y'all? It needs to be studied on why rich people be trying to take advantage of these young adults.
You know what I think? I think just like in a sense of like when, a lot of times people who win the lottery, a lot of times, they be committing suicide and all that because we need limits in life.
What you mean?
Like we need, psychologically, humans, we need limits. Like,
what you mean?
Like there should
limits on what? Like
everything in life should have a limit to it. Like we shouldn't be able to just have an abundance amount of money and literally feel like we can do anything in the whole wide world. Humans should not have that. We shouldn't be having enough money to go to travel in these seas and do this and do that. We shouldn't have just random money where we can just be going to all outer space, all these galaxies and all. We need limits. And that's why I think people who have a lot of money, there is no limit. So of course, people be horny. So they don't have they can pay for whatever, do whatever to other people, and there's no limits to it. So that's why they're doing all these brutal sexual things with people because we need limits. There needs to be limitations to everything.
I mean, the law, people can say the law is the limit.
But when you have money, clearly you can pay anybody to cover this up, cover that up, pay lawyers to make sure you got them on retainer, pay, I'm not saying this happens allegedly, but the movies.
But it do happen. And then that's
law enforcement to make sure certain stuff good and all that.
But
limits.
That's why the lesson of what's done in the dark comes to the light. It's a very important lesson because it does. No matter, if it's 10, 15 years from now, it's gonna come to the light.
It's gonna come in.
People gonna, know about it, receive it. And it's just, I just think I'm tired of it. It's like I feel like every month it's a new person.
Is Bill Cosby out of jail?
Yeah.
Okay.
But every month it's a new person. Even like R. Kelly stuff is coming back up. Like I'm like,
who
like his daughter is talking about, oh, he sexually assaulted me. Like there, you know, and like I'm not saying any of these stories are fake. I'm just saying like at some point we need to start doing stuff when it happens. Like why are we allowing these people to live with these traumas? And we're just free, like we're allowing these people to continue to attack other people, knowing what they've done. Like even I'm gonna say it with the Diddy stuff, a lot of people knew about that, and they're living their life. Nobody's commenting, nobody's talking about it. And then some people's like, oh well, it's a witch hunt, and some of it, I think, with anything, you know, if you really want to take somebody down. You know, when it comes to media, you just toss everything at it, right? If fake or real, see what sticks. But everybody's not lying. Some of this stuff is real. Diddy did some of these things. Same thing with R. Kelly. You know, same thing with Weinstein. Same thing with the Abercrombie and Fitch guy. Same thing what people say about some of the other people that haven't gotten convicted of the actions that they displayed because, of course, they're popular and got money, i.e. the big O. But I just feel like people... These are the people we made famous. So, you know, of course, these are the people that we've given their money to. But at some point, all these people need to be held accountable. Like, everybody that was at them Diddy parties, come on, y'all knew what Diddy was doing. Why are we just talking about Diddy? You know what I mean? We got to start holding people accountable. Just like if you commit a crime and then come and tell me and I help you cover it up, I'm an accessory. All these people are accessory to these crimes. And we're basically saying money is being allowed to be used to cover up their crimes. But then we as people know and understand that, but yeah, we still pour into them and give them more money. So it's like, I don't know.
It's the circle of life.
We got to get better, man. We got to get better with just holding people accountable for their actions during the time. And then also make people that we would say is accessory to regular murder or regular crime. These people are accessory to these crimes that are being committed. And they need to be canceled just as much as the people that are being, just as much as the main character. You know, and we need to stop hiding stuff. I don't like that, you know, even with the Diddy's case, that some of the federal stuff won't be public knowledge. I don't like that. You know, I think when you say limits, that's where I need the limit right there is basic cutoff. It needs to be public knowledge. Because Diddy ain't no teenager. Like he is not a minor. Therefore, his crime and what he did and all the details to it needs to be public knowledge. And we as people need to really start being more aware of who we support and what we put our money into, and stop putting our money into these people once they already show us who they are, especially in this case, you know. But you can't deny people their talent. I know I'll probably be in a mood to listen to a nice little, I wouldn't say a Diddy song, but you know, a Diddy song. Like I sometimes listen to R. Kelly still, so I have my moments. I do. But you can't deny good talent. I just feel like we need to hold these talents accountable when they're doing the actions and not wait until years or so later. And these NDAs, we need to get better with understanding NDAs. I'm not signing an NDA that tells me I can't talk about crime.
I ain't gonna lie. I know when I've made it in life a little bit, when somebody asks me to sign an NDA, I can't wait.
I feel like when you tell me to sign an NDA, it's because you're committing a crime. Because I'm the type of person that if I'm in a room with, let's say if I go to an event, right, and Beyonce there, I'm not the type of person to go run and tell y'all, oh yeah, so this is what me and Beyonce talk about, because it's like, or this is what me and Beyonce did, or this is what was going on, because at you that space is comfortable. Every space to me, you have to allow people to be comfortable within it. If people feel like you're gonna just take what's going on and just tell the whole world.
So you wouldn't sign an NDA if that was the situation?
Yeah, not like I feel like if I'm signing an NDA, it's because you're about to commit some crimes.
But she don't know. Beyonce don't know that you are cool and you not gonna run around. She
I
don't know,
but like that would be my reason why I don't like signing that like an NDA. My thought process, because I feel like people would sign the NDAs with Sean Combs.
Not Sean, not the government. You need to be watching out for you. Are you a lawyer? I'm hollering.
People would sign the NDAs and he was committing crimes, but they couldn't talk about the crimes he was committing because they signed the NDA. Or I would just have to I would just be charged with obstruction to the NDA if you're committing a crime. And maybe that's what it would be. I'll sign it because, you know, of course, like they don't know you. They don't know that you're not going to be the type. I think it's very important to know what you can and cannot talk about. Like after this stuff I be talking about, it ain't happened to me. Okay, it happened to people we knew, or it did happen to us, you know. But you know, not all our experiences and things that we like, the knowledge that we've built have come from our own experiences, you know. But you won't hear me drop the names, or you won't, you know what I'm saying? You just be mindful of, I'm mindful of what you can talk about and what you cannot talk about. But if I feel like these famous people now, I feel like because they all just coming out like they committed crimes and sex trafficking and drugging people, I just feel like they be wanting you to sign an NDA so you don't go out here and tell people what you're doing criminally. Yeah. That's just how I feel.
I can't wait to sign my first NDA.
Me neither. Listen, because you're right. When somebody asks you to sign a NDA, that means you in a room. You in a room.
You in the room.
You in a room with people. But it's like, what are they doing in that room?
Hopefully not.
So I feel like the first time I signed my NDA, I would definitely have a conversation. Like, I'll be right back on this podcast and be like, all right, y'all. So when you do sign an NDA, sometimes it is just to protect what happens in the room. Not necessarily them committing crimes. But they be doing some wild shit. Like, I don't know.
I'm not signing no NDA with no baby oil in the room. That's what I'm not doing. I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to leave. So
you're not signing with him. Why? No, it's not gonna get what's supposed to.
I'm only signing an NDA with my lawyer present, and we're in like a boardroom, and we're talking business stuff like that. I'm not gonna be out
at a party and be like talking about some signing NDAs.
I'm just gonna leave.
And okay, maybe that's what I'm saying. Like parties, like I'm gonna sign an NDA like meetings or like interviews or things that's more in the business aspect. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. When it comes to NDA, that's worth signing. So yeah, that was just a little bit about what I think is going on was worth talking about. Sports wise, because I haven't really gotten into the sports patrol. I definitely want to get back into doing like sports talk because I be having a lot of opinions. Do you watch
Angel Reese's podcast?
No.
Okay. No. That's the only thing I know about sports right now.
No. I've seen clips. Yeah, but I haven't dived into it.
You should tune in.
Is it good?
I don't know. This is like
But you didn't watch it?
No, I've seen like I know she has one, but I mean I don't think I know enough about stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. I will say the podcast came out of nowhere.
She be cute on there though.
Her podcast came out of nowhere, and I think when she had Lotto, did she have Lotto on there?
She did have Lotto.
I was just like, wait, where are we going with this podcast? And then we started to have more athletes on it, so I was like, okay.
She might have did that to
get people on.
Start it up.
It definitely came out of nowhere to me, but shout out to Angel Reese, man. I love the hustle and grind. You got to hustle and grind when you're in the WNBA. But speaking of sports, the NBA season is back. The first set of games was yesterday, so shout out to Boston and the Lakers for getting their dubs yesterday. The NBA season is back though. I'm excited. I love basketball, so I'm definitely gonna be tuned in to the sports.
That lets you know it's getting cold outside. That's the only time I know what's going on.
What when it's basketball?
Cold. And then football and all that be coming up.
Yeah. And I mean, college football is definitely exciting. College football get exciting each time as more as like the more and more I think about it. Like college football, Alabama was like the top team, and then they're drowning right now. Like I feel like they're constantly going down in the polls. After that big loss that they had against that random team. Yeah. Alabama hasn't been the same. But sports is back. Well, the NBA is back. LeBron and Bronny came in their first game, like real NBA game.
Are they like on the same team?
Yes.
Oh my god. Are they both starting?
No.
Okay.
No. Come on now. Bronny wasn't in the top.
Is he the youngest on the team?
I'm not sure. Probably.
Because how old is it? So it's literally like, could be like a 22-year-old nigga and like a 50-year-old on the same team.
It could be a 19-year-old. Some of these cats are like, some of these people been in the league for 3 or 4 years and they're only like 23.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it depends on just when you graduate college. Like not graduate college. When you leave college, you're able to leave after the first year.
What a dream that is, like to be playing on the same team as your dad.
It's amazing. And I think like a lot of people, was talking, negatively about it, but I think it's very positive. It really shows like the work ethic of LeBron James. Because it's not just that his son is playing on the same, his son is getting playing like minutes. His son is playing minutes, you know what I mean? And he's playing with stars on the floor. Which I think is pretty cool. He really set his son up. And I love that for him.
I love that. And that
LeBron might have another 2 or 3 years to see both of his sons. We might see all 3 of them play on the same team. I don't know. I part of me wish LeBron would allowed his son to be drafted to whatever he wanted, wherever team wanted him, versus being under his dad's wing. But I think it's really cool. It really just shows you Black fatherhood, in a sense, because we don't see it a lot, that you have a father who's in his child's life and then he's going to make sure his child has the best opportunity, even if his child isn't the big star like he was when he came out. So I love that. I'm excited to see the growth of Bronny this year. I do think that he's going to be able to grow because he's playing right under his dad. Like his dad is gonna, I feel like, constantly be there for him, and get him within the culture. Help him out. Just building his confidence. I think once, I do think that Bronny, his confidence is not there because of course he's not the star like his dad was. And a lot of people think he's being given this, not earning.
And that's a lot. I feel like to be that young and just to already have a different type of pressure than the average young athlete coming in. Don't nobody know who he is. You know what I mean? He has a whole extra layer there.
Yeah.
So.
And so like I think like for him, I would love when his confidence builds up and he goes to a team his dad's not on, or he goes like his dad retires and now he could become his own person. But I can't wait for Kanye and Anthony to that's Carmelo Anthony's son. I can't wait to see him, transition from college to pros. That is a transition I'm looking forward to see. That's a game I'm looking forward to see develop even more. And I think like when he comes to the league, his game is going to be differently developed than we see with like LeBron James kids. Like even like Derrick Rose, when he retired, one of his biggest things was...
He retired already?
Yeah, he retired. And one of his biggest things was like to help, of course, the game is not probably as fun as it used to, be. But to like what Melo does for his son, for Cayenne, it's like I want to do that for my son. Like, like to really develop the game, the best coach is me. Because I've been part of the game. I was one of the best at the game. I'm highly respected with the game. So just to have, it's like building your own robot type of thing. Like you're really developing their skills the best way you know how, and the knowledge. And so I think like that's why I think Cayenne, when it comes to like the the sports kids. You know, the kids when they dad retired and all their focus is on them. Oh, those are the ones that really those are the ones that kill the game because they're being developed by the star athlete that we loved for so many years. Now that person is really building up their own robot. So I can't wait to see that person. I'm looking forward to all the I love when you see NBA star kids come into the league and become a star. Like I want to see that. I definitely want to see that one day. For sure. I want to see that. The WNBA, the New York Liberty got the dub. They the champions. Which is really good for the culture. Was really good for New York's culture, especially especially with the Liberty. So pretty good, man. The WNBA season was very historical season. It gained a lot of fans. Of course, a lot of it came from the Caitlin Clark. But just the little beefs and different things you learn from teammates being girlfriends. I was like, are these athletes are rappers? Like, what's going on? You know, just everything. Like everything. The WNBA definitely popped out this year.
They really gave.
They gave
outside of, you know, that along with the athletics, but the girls really gave.
Yeah, really gave. You learn like I learned more about even with the little relationships, the formal teammates or this person, that person. It was very good to see a lot of more information being put out there for WNBA. I just want more games though. Like I want to see more games and like one of the things I didn't like about the finals is it was going on during like the NFL. Like the game was on Sunday. Like that's NFL day. Like we already know that. Like nobody's searching for the WNBA game. So just being more mindful of
maybe they should do like a Friday night.
Friday, yeah. You're still competing with like college football, but I think they should probably focus on like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because you're not competing so much. Night
midweek. That would be
cute. But I understand why they have to do a weekend because of course that's just how the games fall. I'm just like I would leave during NFL season. I would leave Sunday alone because I just feel like you're losing people
during the day.
It's college football. So it's like I get it. I get why they do it on. They had to do it on the weekend because that's just how it falls. I just feel like there's a way to figure it out. I just feel like there's a way. When there's a way, there's a will, and they need to figure it out.
24 hours in a day.
They need to figure it out. I don't care. They need to figure it out. Even if the break is just gonna have to be longer. Like I just competing with the NFL is not ideal.
Yeah.
And that's just my thought process. But they got some rules that's coming up that's gonna be changing. Teams the finals instead of being 5 games is gonna be 7. And I would say like that's the one thing I wouldn't have mind another 2 games. Cause this series 5. So right now it's best out of 5. It'll be best out of 7. So I wouldn't have minded 2 more games because they played 5. Well, yeah, they played all 5. And the games was gaming. Like it wasn't blowouts. They wasn't blowing each other out.
Fighting to the death.
And overtimes, like game-winning shots. Like there was the Minnesota should have went up. It really should have been the Lynx up. And Sabrina hit a game-winning 3.
That's always just a moment.
And she was having an off game. But she hit 2 clutch 3s for them to take the series lead to force Minnesota to have to win at home. Minnesota wasn't trying to go back to New York. All Minnesota had to do was win their 2 games at home. And the game they should have won, Sabrina hit 2 3s, 2 clutch 3s.
Shout out to Breen. That's my girl.
Like, let me just tell you, that series is a good series, and I would love to see Minnesota. I feel like Minnesota definitely gonna come out the trenches next year. You know, New York, be on the lookout. Just like how y'all was hungry to take the Aces off, because the Aces, you know, messed up y'all run last year. The Lynx is coming for y'all, and I think they're gonna be prepared.
And the link be linking.
Okay. Get on my nerves. So I can't wait to see that. They have an expansion team, coming, a new team for the WNBA. So I love the growth. Now it's like we need more money, and I believe that we need to see women in sports, man. I say that with anything. It's nice to see the men, but there's women in this world that play sports that believe that they can be an athlete, and we need to get better with showcasing all types of people and realms. It feels good to see people that look like you in places that you want to be in. So I hope that the WNBA continues to grow and elevate. I definitely think we as a society is getting better with supporting women's basketball all the way around. From high school, AAU, we're seeing more prospects and seeing, I know from my timeline, I'm seeing more of the podcasts of women's basketball, but I just follow more of those things as well. Women's basketball is definitely growing, and they should get their money and pay up. Another New York team that's looking to win a championship is currently in the World Series is the New York Yankees. Versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm rooting for the Yankees, man. That was my grandfather's favorite team.
They still in the blue and white.
Yeah.
I always loved their uniforms.
Yeah, the Yankees, classic team. So I'm definitely gonna be watching the World Series when it begins. I'm excited. I won't be watching it today, of course, just because it's homecoming weekend. So I'm gonna miss the first game because I think the first game is Friday. Yeah.
So you're gonna be outside, baby.
Yeah, I know, and I need to get some homework done. With that, like, it's homecoming weekend. I'm trying to be like, Wiglow said it's 7 p.m. Friday.
95 degrees.
I ain't got no nigga. Oh, you do.
I'll say this homecoming is a little bit exciting for me just because I actually, even though I didn't graduate from this school, I went there for a couple years, yeah.
Your name is still in there. It just has you as like an underage. It says you're
where?
In a thing. So I had to pay for your ticket for the tailgate. Mm-hmm. I had to put your name, and so it'll search. So I'll put your name.
Like I went there and stuff.
Yeah, it comes up. It just not updated because it says you're underage, and we all know you're not underage.
I look like it though. This will be the first like actual homecoming I go to that I actually have graduated from a 4-year institution. So I might act up this weekend. I don't know.
Now we outside. One of our good friends, Tati, she watches. So I'm gonna shout her out. She passed the bar, so now she's Esquire at the end of her name.
So we turning up for her too.
So we outside. We outside. I'm really excited for this homecoming. Yeah, I'm trying to be on my old head stuff. Like, I'm
getting my chair and I'm sitting down.
We got chairs. I got a cooler. Like, we gotta get some ice. So we gotta figure that out. Right. Because you're taking an Uber to the tailgate.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't go to now,
you
y'all got me.
You need to come to the pregame. Nah, you need to come. I don't know. Listen, you sleep when you dead. Okay? Sleep when you dead. We outside.
I know.
We outside. You gotta come, but we gotta figure out this whole ice thing. Because our drinks can't be cold. I mean, hot. But you think the Uber...
They got the 7-Eleven.
Who walk into the 7-Eleven once we get there?
They got Uber Eats. We could DoorDash somebody.
Oh yeah, we could DoorDash. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put something in there because I'm not taking my cooler and stuff
to the pregame.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna get there early so I can park my car in a parking lot. Mm-hmm. Like in the parking lot that we're gonna be in. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna park it in the area where most of the cars be. Cause I had to bring some items, so and then I'm gonna take an Uber to the pregame. Mm-hmm.
Wow, I haven't been to an official pregame in the years.
So you might want to put the chairs in my car then. So then it's just at because you're not about to carry it from the pregame. Mm-mm. Yeah, because we taking an Uber.
Yeah.
That's just too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all, it's homecoming weekend. I'm excited. Oh, y'all, I wore some merchandise for this event, which I'm really, really excited to pop out with. Should I show them?
Or show them like after. Show them like the episode after. And then you need to really be vlogging.
I don't be wanting to do all that. Ain't nobody trying to hold no camera.
The vlogging is the same thing as just random videos that we take. Just
okay, then y'all take them and send it to me because I don't got storage in my phone to be out here just taking random videos. Okay, so then what are we talking about? But it's homecoming, y'all. I got merchandise I'm really excited about. Just new things, new developments. This whole merchandise came out of nowhere for me. And it came out. It turned out actually really well. So it may be something that may go on sale.
The sweatshirt is really cute.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's the color too. Yeah. I think a lot of times you just got the black sweatshirt. So I'm looking to before we started recording, I was looking at like hoodies to make it into a hoodie. So then it's a hoodie or sweatshirt. Mm-hmm. The hat, I like the hat. I just don't know what it looks like with my hair right now. It's still being in a ponytail. And then a crop top. Yo, it's cute. So merch, I'm excited about. I am in new developments with this whole Young's Life Lessons. So that's the homecoming tea for me. Is popping out with new gear. And if the people like it, definitely try to make it available for people to get and receive. Other than that, man, just the lessons, because I feel like, of course, I like to end it with lessons for you guys. For me, the lessons today is, for the people at these jobs, make sure y'all watching these training videos. Be mindful of your surroundings. And I'm learning, stop walking into these ovens and freezers because they just mysteriously locks themselves. And you can't, okay? Because you can't get out until after you dead. Like, come on. Like, come on. And watch who you working with, because clock it. That's the real tea. As I always say, the truth will always come out. To me, Boosie wasn't being authentic and real, and that upsetted me. The whole Abercrombie and Fitch, man, just his nonsense. Something we didn't talk about, but the PPP loans, the people that was doing the PPP loans, they coming for you. They are coming for you, okay? So if you was on those PPP loans, what's done in the dark always come to the light, and that's a lesson I'm going to keep saying when y'all people doing some shady stuff and it comes to the light, to the world. And last but not least, man, mental health is very, very important. No matter who you are, no matter what you look like, mental health is important. And if you ever need somebody, or us just people need to get better with checking on our friends, check on a happy person, check on a sad person, check on a person you haven't heard from, check on a person that just did something drastic and that you heard, oh, I heard you did this, bro, let me check up on you. Either way, make sure y'all are checking up on y'all people, because mental health is eating us up alive, because life be lifing, and we be trying to make the best of it. With that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. Peace.